Welcome to the Windows Computer and Technology channel, and I'm looking at the ranting that a lot of people are having with the Moment 2 and the new features. And one of the comments I've seen a lot since Moment 2 has arrived is how a lot of people feel that they're not being listened to, that there's new features and new things that they're not happy about because they don't really care about it, and they feel that at the same time Microsoft is not addressing their main complaints of what they feel is wrong or incomplete within Windows 11. And I think one of the things that happened with Windows 11 is there are many things that changed. I think there's a lot of people that I understand the frustration of why there are things that they don't like. For example, right-click on the taskbar and you don't have the full menu like before. I got used to it. I'm always right-clicking the start button, and I'm fine with that. And I'm fine with some of the decisions they made of cleaning up the menus and having things that shouldn't be there or shouldn't be obvious all the time. And, that's also very personal about how you use your PC. There are people that will use certain functionalities that when they lose the way that it was because Microsoft decided that, well, we're going to change that. It hurts some people more than others because it all depends on the way you actually use your computer. We all have a way and a different way of using it. And one of the problems, I think, of the Windows 11 right now is the changes some people are not happy about. Yet I understand also the fact that if you want to move on and have something new and a fresh new feel, you do have to make changes. And it's normal that some things are not maybe addressed. There's a lot of people that want to have things that I think it's fine that it is now changed. But once again, people use their PC every day and they don't want to have necessarily that change that suddenly they're kind of a little lost in using it. There are things like, somebody was mentioning, well, in Moment 2 they did all of these things, but yet I still can't move the taskbar on the screen, which is something I like to do. Once again, a minority of people did that, but the people that did it want to still continue doing it. There are things like that. Somebody has been mentioning me about the seconds and the clock. Yeah, it's not there. It used to be, yes, in previous versions of Windows you could. Eventually you will. One of the things I know is that the start menu and the taskbar, all of that has been rewritten quite a lot. So they're kind of adding from slowly the different new things and the features again. But still, they don't want to add everything that people want because there are things they want to change. A new operating system and new Windows, always a lot of people ranting. But I think here the problem is that Microsoft might be ignoring too much what some people would like to have and not, addressing some issues that there are some things in the feedback hub that have a lot of votes. People want to have some of the features back or changed. And they have a lot of votes, meaning there's quite a lot of people that want to have that change. But, part of it is Microsoft just looking at it and saying, no, we're moving ahead and we're not going to do that. And we got to be careful because, it could backfire at some point. And if you want to have people move on to their new versions of Windows, you've got to do a minimum of at least satisfying a customer as to what they want up to a certain extent. Somebody was telling me, well, people on the Mac don't have these issues. They do. I had a MacBook Pro for many years, and I can tell you one thing. If you look at the blog posts of problems on Macs, it's full of posts. It's full of posts. Hundreds, thousands of posts of people not happy of some changes because of the new Mac OS operating system, or not happy because the new Mac OS operating system broke something, or repurchasing a new version of an app. This is something that happens regularly on a Mac. As much, there's as much people complaining about the Mac operating system how it breaks things, how things when they updated didn't work well. That they are in Windows, but Windows is a dominant, and we are in a Windows world, so we see the complaints a lot more in the Windows world. But still, there are some complaints, and there are some things that are that need to be addressed, and I think Microsoft should take more time into it. And then you think a lot, and there's one thing that came to mind here with the ranting of people saying that, Moment 2 doesn't address anything that is interesting to me. And frankly, Moment 2, if you don't tell people that it exists and it actually just happened and don't show them the new features, people have no idea. They don't see a difference. They have no idea that there was a new, some new features added. They're just there, and it's like their user PC, and nothing has changed. So, for the majority of people, this is going to be an update that they don't even notice anything is there. So, it's kind of interesting to see, there's different worlds in the PC world. There's the enthusiasts like I am, and like some of you are. And there's the standard user that just doesn't want to have too much change because it is a problem for them as they use for work or they use their PC daily. They just want it to work and do what they want and not have to search for that feature because they took it off or changed it, into another place. Sometimes I also wonder if the lack of listening goes with the fact that maybe Microsoft itself is in the mode that Windows 11 is a short-lived Windows. It's a, it's kind of a let's move on to Windows 12 eventually, and for that it means that we have to have this happening now. So anyways, a lot of interesting stuff when you think about it, but it is very, very interesting to see that sorry, there's snow removal outside. This is what you hear. So anyways, if you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Thank you for watching.